Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to St. Louis City SC versus Club América in Leagues Cup 23. Leagues Cup 23, Central 1 group stage. St. Louis City SC contra Club América in La Leagues Cup. Fase de Grupos, Jornada 2. St. Louis City. Teams have walked out at City Park. St. Louis wins by 2. St. Louis will advance. If America wins, America and Columbus advance. St. Louis wins in penalties. Columbus advances. St. Louis wins by 1. No team will advance. St. Louis wins by 2. St. Louis advances. Penalty for the Fire. I didn't rage quit the Chivas game. It's called rain delay means I can't do this if I continue that one. This one matters to me. And this is the one I'm reviewing, so I sort of had to. It's not that with how close the schedule is, it's not Mother Nature chose to throw a curveball my way, and I worked it the way I had to work it. So it is what it is. I'm not a Chivas fan. I could give a crap about either team. Don't call me salty. It's called This is the One That Actually Matters. That's what I'm doing. Starting 11s are as follows. In goal, Luis Malagón, the back four. Leo Suarez, Sebastian Caceres, Israel Reyes, and Kevin Alvarez. The midfield two, Alvaro Fidalgo, Jonathan Dos Santos. The attacking three, Richard Sanchez, Henry Martin, Reyes, and Luis Quiñones, the striker. For St. Louis City, Roman Berkey, Akil Watts, Josh Yarrow, Tim Parker, Kyle Hebert, Indiana Vasilev, Edward Löwen, Jared Stroud, Aziel Jackson, Giacchini, and Rasmus Alm for St. Louis. That's true, but I'll give you that one. Shaqiri equalizers. How we doing? That is true. They do own us. But I'm not a fan of Chivas, but they do own us. You have a point. You do have a point. I will give you that one. You do have a point. Shaqiri's always looked like a Minecraft character. Shaqiri built like a Minecraft character. Come on, that's true. Looks like he was built to punch trees. Current hometown temp, 91 degrees in St. Louis. 61 in Mexico City. That sounds a lot better, I'm not going to lie. One 1-0. América didn't even play a third game in the league. Huh, that's interesting. If St. Louis wins by 2, they will advance. If they win by 1, no team advances. If they win on penalties, Columbus will advance. St. Louis has to win to stay alive, though, at any cost in match day 3 and wait it out. Let's hope St. Louis gets it done. Starting 11. In goal, Luis Malagón, back four, Reyes, Caceres, Reyes, Alvarez, Sanchez, Dos Santos, Fidalgo, Leo Suarez, Julian Quiñones, Henry Martin. Did Man United pay the referees back then? They probably paid the referees before. St. Louis in goal, Roman Berkey. The back four, Hebert, Parker, Yarrow, Watts, Edward Löwen, Indiana Vasilev, Jackson, Stroud, Alm, Giacchini for St. Louis. The home side. in everything but name only. Minnesota goal. Oh, yeah, they are playing today, aren't they? Oh, yeah, they're playing Chicago, yeah. I do like those América throwback-like kits. You know, I do like their jerseys, though. Selvin Brown is the referee tonight. Real Madrid also paid his dad Barcelona. Madrid didn't pay no refs. Andre Jardine is the manager of América now. Their new manager. Of course, replaced Tano. Bradley Carnell, who's done wonders with his St. Louis side. Long Juan's on fire. He just got both Minnesota goals in the 1950s. Huh. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Match is about to start. St. Louis wearing their home kits. Their city red kits. América wearing yellow. Come on, St. Louis. Go get this done. Win this game. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on, you city boys. Let's go. City boy! City boy! Here we go. And if anything happens in Cincinnati, Chivas, once they come back, somebody tell me who scored and what the score was. Here we go. And we're off with Club América versus St. Louis City SC. Here we go. Berkey with a long ball. Toluca scored 4-2. Jesus Lord. Ambriz is a good manager. Respect Ignacio Ambriz. That's a free kick for América. And that's interesting. 0-0. América contra St. Louis. América wearing their yellow. St. Louis wearing their city red. 91 degrees Fahrenheit in St. Louis at nighttime. It's hot as hell. Let's see. Heat dome, I guess, because it's 88 over here. 15 minutes changes a lot, I guess. And the suburbs changed it a bit, I guess, too. I guess. So, Selvin Brown is the referee. There'll be a throw-in for St. Louis. St. Louis has to win to stay alive in this group. Outright, I should say. They have to win outright to stay alive. Winning on penalties would technically keep them alive, but it's a very risky proposition unless América could beat or lose to Columbus. But that's a very risky proposition. Do you think the Mexican are focusing on Quiñones? I mean, he's a good player. But he's if you mean to play for the national team, yes, they should. Second minute, 2-0. No. 2-0 was the last match. Second minute. Nil-nil, 0-0. Oh, no foul? Nope, it is a free kick. I was like, well, there you go. Watching Uni Moss for this game. Why is La Liga commentator this game in Spanish? Because probably a native Spanish speaker. Oh. Football's football. It doesn't matter what the teams are. Besides, I could see St. Louis giving some La Liga teams problems. Oh, bad giveaway. Woo, that's not good. It's packed with St. Louis fans. That's good. Found an energy drink that's literally called Gorgie when I was at Sprouts. Packaging's a W and the drink itself looks great. That does, well, I don't know if that sounds good, but it sounds cool. It should be packed with St. Louis fans, but I'm not surprised it's packed. It's St. Louis. If there's any, they're playing Club América. There's a reason this is the one I wanted to go to. One, because Toronto wasn't playing today, so there wouldn't have been a... Not much. How we doing, Logan? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about you? It's been a while, yeah. St. Louis, and it goes out for a goal kick for Malagon. It should be. Why are so many people at this game? Because it's St. Louis versus Club América. St. Louis is a soccer city, or a football city. Yeah, I ate up a little bit of the propaganda where I said soccer city, I know. But it's a football city. St. Louis should be filled, especially for a game like this. So, and besides, América is one of the best teams in Mexico historically, and it looks like they'll be the best team in the league once they actually get coalesced. Henry Martin shot, goal! Henry Martin scores 1-0. Goal! Gol de América! Goal de Henry Martin! They left him open, and he was bound to score. Yeah, there it goes. Yep. Well, I mean, let's be honest. My prediction of the final was St. Louis versus Toronto. I knew Toronto would let me down, but St. Louis? I'm a little bit shocked. Why is Cincy game suspended? Rain. Rain delay. I mean, it's not over yet, but you let Henry Martin make that run. Nobody's on him. Quinones with the flick. Yeah, that's... because it's still a Tronco. I don't know why. Henry Martin. In the 6th minute, Henry Martin scores 0-1 América. St. Louis has to win by 2 to move through, which they could still do it, but that is definitely an early shot. One of Chicago's players looked like Sam Piet, but fatter with his shirt tucked in. Future Galaxy player Henry Martin, Kutsius. Oh, yeah, he does tuck his shirt in. Henry Martin El Tronco, future Galaxy player. Yeah, that fits. That sounds about right to me. That would be perfect for y'all. Playing forward. Here's a chance. St. Louis playing forward. Rasmus Alm. Rasmus Alm switches the play. You guys can have Jovic. Dude's trash. He's still better than every other striker we have. Cross in. St. Louis. Here's a chance. Giacchini. Giacchini puts it off the defender. Interesting. Header. Rasmus Alm couldn't put it in, but almost won the header there. But St. Louis is starting to wake up a bit. Again, if St. Louis wins by 2, they will move through. I agree with that. They will move to the round of 32. If they win, they'll still be alive, depending on what happens on Sunday. They'll have to watch, but St. Louis needs to turn this round. They need to win by 2 plus. Well, I mean, the Galaxy just absolutely suck this year, so Well, then Toronto does too. But hey, if at least we had a striker that was actually trustable. Chicharito, the best Mexican player of all time. Yes. 8th minute. Akil Watts to make this throw in here. 1-0 América. Aziel Jackson, cross. Long ball, Stroud. Loki. Bully my striker. I agree. I wish he played for Toronto. Kakamaro gives Chicago the lead. Galaxy signing aging Japanese defender. Put some respect on Yoshida's name, all right? Yeah, I would say that much. Nice. 9th minute, 1-0, 1-0 América. St. Louis kind of got shell-shocked early there, but they've built on it, or they've definitely woke up from the shell shock, and they've actually had some moments since. St. Louis has started pretty well, besides allowing a goal, if we're being honest. Hopefully they can build on something from it, but games are never over against St. Louis City. They never are. Dane St. Clair responsible for another goal. 2-1 St. Louis. Nashville just scored 4-3. What's going on? What do you think the new salary structure is going to be like in the offseason? I have no idea, but a lot of the training wheels will be taken off. That's as far as I'm going to go. They're going to take off a lot of the training wheels. Goal kick for Malagon. Which knockout stage games will be free? I have no idea. I don't work at Apple. I don't think they've went that far. Weather delay in the Minnesota game. Hope they could add 1 to 2 DP players. I think DPs will be a thing of the past. They're just going to really up the salary cap. Like, really, really up it. Where's Benzema going? Saudi Arabia. We already knew this. 11th minute, 1-0. 1-0 América. And ever since then, they're really just trying to make sure St. Louis doesn't score. Again, if St. Louis wins by 2, they will advance to the round of 32. Wish the final will be free, but that's not happening. They'll certainly put on 2 DNA, though. Imagine if we could add 6 DPs. That'd be amazing. 2-9-0 record when trailing 1-0 for St. Louis. What's the salary cap now? Not enough. Not near enough. Toronto's in cap hell, so you know what? I'm going to say it's not enough. Twelfth minute. But you probably have it on cable, don't you? I get 2 DNA's not free, but if it's in your cable package, it sort of feels like it is. You don't know how much you're paying for each channel. Unless you're following carriage disputes, then even I'm not that. We need to get rid of discovery rights, I think so. Should it be 45 million on roster or 35 million? More like 70 million at minimum. It should be 70 million cap at minimum, if not 100 million. But for me, again, the MLS cap should be at least 75 million, if not 100 million. So at least double it, if not more. Double it, if not more. Here we go. Here's a chance here. América, second. No, goes wide. Out for a throw. Oh, is that not a goal? Went off the post and wide. Quinones is freaking ripping St. Louis apart. Like, he's legitimately just making so many great passes off the post and off. It went off the post. Anybody who wants to be a big club will have a freaking spending spree like the Galaxy. 15th minute. Quinones is just making so many good passes in this game so far. That'll be a corner. For St. Louis, yes. MLS cap floor should be like 30 million. Yeah, I agree. Like, you have to at least spend 30 million to even compete. Under 3 goals. Like, for me, Quinones is just ripping St. Louis apart. Like, he's just making so many good passes. I didn't know he had that as part of his game. I'm not going to lie. He didn't really show that at Atlas at all. It was more of an attacking goal scorer. He didn't really have the passing, you know. Who's your favorite? Who's your MLS Cup favorite for each conference right now? I still like Philly in the East. I still like Philly. I think Cincinnati is going to have a moment. I'm not saying they're Colorado level frauds, but the Supporters' Shield never really goes well. It never really goes well for the Supporters' Shield winner. I think Cincinnati's going to fall to that curse. I think Philly will make the MLS Cup final in the East. I still like Philly. Look what they did to Querétaro. They're rounding into form, as they normally do. And in the West, St. Louis. St. Louis and Philly is what I got. Nashville's in the discussion. Cincinnati's still in the discussion. New England are frauds. New England are going to fail. I can tell you that much right now. I'm certain New England is going to fail. Then Cincinnati, there's always that team. If they win the Supporters' Shield, it normally doesn't go well. Cincinnati should be the favorite, but I feel like Nashville and Philly have a better chance to make MLS Cup out of the East than Cincinnati does. Just because of the Supporters' Shield curse. I'd say Cincinnati's my third most likely. For the West, it's either St. Louis or Portland. I think Portland could get really hot. If they get really hot, Portland could come out of nowhere. Sort of like 2021. They could come out of nowhere. I wouldn't be completely shocked if that happened. Yeah, and LAFC did it, but that's very rare. Toronto's like the one of the couple of clubs who have, and only one of the two in the modern era. LA and Toronto are the only ones who have done it in the modern era. In the past, like back in the day, there were a couple more, but I think in the modern era, it's only been Toronto and LA. You could have Greg Vanney back. He's trash. Well, I think that's the plan, Logan. It sounds to me like that's the plan. You sack him and we take him back. It sounds like that's the actual plan. Terry Dunfield for the rest of the season. Then Vanney gets sacked and he comes home. That actually sounds like the plan behind closed doors. I know. That actually sounds like the plan. I don't know. It may actually work. But Bill Manning is just as dysfunctional as Chris Klein. So this could end badly. But you know what? I'll give Greg Vanney his chance if he comes back. I'll give him a chance. Can't be worse than Bradley or Armas. Really can't be. But that actually sounds like the plan. I'd rather keep Bill. I'd rather keep Bill Manning. Because at least he could bullshit his way to a trophy. As long as he stays away and keeps his hands off, he can bullshit his way to a trophy. Chris Klein can't. So, I'd rather keep Bill in that case. As long as he shuts the hell up and lets Vanney do his damn job. And Jason. As long as Bill, if Bill was to stay, as long as Bill lets Jason and Greg do their job, I'm okay with them staying, especially over Klein. They'll still sack him. And when they sack him, he's coming home. And you know what? I'm totally fine with that. I miss him. I legitimately miss Vanney. Maybe because we're so damn bad that it sort of makes me miss him in comparison. But you know what? I miss him. I was wrong. Vanney would have at least papered over the cracks the past 3 years. We may have been shit, but we would have been at least, 10th place instead of 13th place or 14th place. We'd still be shit, but, the cracks would have been papered over. We at least would have won the Voyagers Cup. So you know what? I'll take that at this point. At least we're still in the Champions Cup in that case. So, I'll take it. I'll take 10th place in Champions Cup because of the Voyagers Cup with Vanney. I'll take it. Technically, right now, that would actually be an upgrade. But had he stayed, he would have papered over the cracks to the point where we'd finish like 10th but still win the Voyagers Cup. That would have been worth it. Way better. I'm not lying. I think that's what it would have been had he stayed. So, and if we start doing that, you know what? If that's where we go, hey, you know what? That's upgrade. I know they're aging like milk because I had faith in Toronto and I didn't know St. Louis would lay a damn egg. You could laugh at me for the Toronto one, okay? Miami in third place looks like it's actually pretty good. You could laugh at me for the Toronto one. I didn't think St. Louis would lay an egg. You shouldn't laugh at me for that. I mean, yeah, they're playing América, but they sort of completely rotated and shot themselves in the foot. The St. Louis one, I didn't expect them to sort of shoot themselves in the foot and then América to just rip them apart. So, you know what? Can't really laugh at me for that one. Miami in third place sounds like a really good call now, though. Oof. I agree with that. Speaking of papering over the cracks, I agree with that. They would at least score 2 or 3 goals over this period with him. I agree with that. Some way, shape, or form. I agree with that. Maybe 4. They would somehow have scored over this period with him a couple of times. So, yeah, I agree. Speaking of papering over the cracks. If there's anything Vanney could do is look at 2020. You want to know papering over the cracks? You know how I know he could do it? Look at 2020. We should have never finished second in that season. Finishing second in 2020 was Greg Vanney's best thing he's done, okay? Listen, we should have never finished second that year. And speaking of not going 9 hours without scoring, look at that team. We won 1-0 week after week after week until the wheels fell off. They scored goals when they had to. So you want to talk about papering over the cracks, look at 2020. He's done it before. We should have never finished second that year. Tim Parker looks like Heath Slater. You know what? Now that you say it, I agree. 23rd minute. Header! Oh, past the post. Now we'll just take Vanney. You can keep the rest. Or they could go to the unemployment line. We'll take Vanney. Bill could stay. Compared to Klein, Bill could stay as long as he shuts the hell up. As long as he stays away and shuts the hell up, he could stay. Vamos St. Louis. Yeah, don't look too good right now. Both my teams are about to be out. Fair enough. For your delusion of believing in TFC for Leagues Cup, put your motherfucking head back down, you goddamn bum. There we go. Fair enough. Have to write your name down in the death note because your dreams have officially been eliminated or deleted, but either way. Deleted. I don't know. At least he kept it 1-0. 24th minute. I can't wait to watch 11 more TFC matches that don't matter. I can't wait. Oh, boy. Nolan Arenado to the Dodgers next week. I know it'll happen. Arenado to the Dodgers. That's not... Maybe Goldschmidt. They're not trading Arenado. The Cardinals aren't trading Arenado. Do the Dodgers have any good prospects? Do they? "25th minute, 1-0, 1-0. Is it me or St. Louis gassing out?" See, this has sort of been the underlying theme of their season, is when they're playing teams like LAFC and Seattle, they've sort of frauded it up. Here's another one of those. They look like a contender because, they look like a contender, but when they play the big boys, shot by Quiñones, they sort of fraud out. Against LAFC, they frauded out. Against Seattle, they frauded out. Here we are. Fidalgo shot past the post. Goal kick. So, I don't think they're gassing out, but they are they're definitely hitting a bad patch of form. It probably, I wouldn't say the worst time, because at least they still have their league form, but whatever. Arenado to LA would be cool. Arenado will approve the trade, and the Dodgers have the best farm in baseball. Well, at least the Cardinals got some prospects back. Dodgers might have one good prospect based on the trades we've been making this year. Yeah, but you don't know how bad John Mozeliak is at making trades. He's going to get the worst prospects he could get. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Water break in the 27th minute. John Mozeliak is a horrible general manager, just so you know. Or I guess president of baseball ops. Technically, Gersh is the GM now. But they both suck. Berkey yelling at his teammates. I mean, I don't blame him. Timbers are trying to get midfield depth. They should. I don't know who's had a more nightmare season this summer. The Toronto FC or the St. Louis Cardinals. At least when it comes to the Cardinals, I don't really have to completely be mad about it, because you know why? The Blue Jays are my favorite team. And we also have the Braves as well. I have some, St. Louis City's been good in the MLS. So technically I do have that little, what is the word? Silver lining. But Toronto, I don't know who's had a more nightmare season. I'm more pissed about Toronto. I was more focused on it, but the Cardinals have also had a nightmare season too. Let me be honest, I expected the worst case way more with Toronto than St. Louis, though. Cardinals going into the season. I didn't think the Cardinals would have this bad of a season going into spring. I think this came out of nowhere. For TFC, I was like, yeah, I could see this going the way it goes. I could see it going completely awry. It did. I don't know if I would have thought this bad, but definitely similar. Do the Angels trade Ohtani? Nope, they're keeping him. As a free agent, I hope Toronto breaks the bank for him. Hyunjin Ryu's a free agent this year. Yeah, I think he is after this year. Give me Shohei. Probably the Mets. If we're being honest, it's probably the Mets. Do I want Toronto to break the bank for him? Yes. He's not going to St. Louis. Not after what the hell happened this year. I don't care what Lars Nootbaar tries. Ohtani's not coming to St. Louis. That would be cool. But one, Mozeliak would not open the pocketbook for him. Second of all, Nootbaar ain't getting him to come here. Third of all, I would love to see it, but more likely Nootbaar gets traded to the Jays after Ohtani goes there. Or the Mets. Probably. Neither Mexican or American. I hope St. Louis wins. Well, hopefully things turn around. Andrew Friedman's the GOAT. I agree. 5 top 50 prospects. Yeah, and Mozeliak's not going to get one of them. Shohei to the Padres. Infield. I think the infield defense is more important. We've seen the Jays. I've seen Marcus Stroman get screwed over all the time by his infield being horrible. Like all the time. And he's a ground ball pitcher, so yeah, infield. Shohei to the Yankees. Probably there's more plays in the infield anyway. They probably will in the offseason. Yeah, exactly. Hope he goes to LA Dodgers. I mean, Toronto has a chance if they open the pocketbook. The Mets definitely have a chance. I think it's more likely he goes to the Mets if he goes to New York. The Dodgers will definitely push for it. Dodgers. The Cardinals, if they were actually good, would have been a wild card because of Nootbaar, but to get Ohtani, but they're not good. And I don't know if they'll be good next year. They won't be. How's Dos Santos still playing? He should be retired. I don't know. I'm surprised he hasn't costed América yet. Ohtani wanted the Dodgers before, but they didn't have a DH at the time. I'd rather it be the Padres if we had to pick Southern California. That's not Anaheim. I'd rather it be the Padres. Toluca beats Nashville 4-3. 31st minute, 1-0, Uno settled. I just hope the Jays get Marcus Stroman back. This deadline, I should say. And he also does have an extra option year on his contract. Hopefully he takes it. I want Stroh to come back to Toronto. If he's going to get traded, that would be awesome if he got traded back to Toronto. I don't know if he'd stay, but if they wanted to offer him a contract, it's possible. Dodgers need Ohtani. Syndergaard didn't work out. Yeah, Syndergaard got hurt, didn't he? Again. 31st minute. And it's been rumored that Stroman will go back to Toronto, or traded back to Toronto, so. I guess I'll have to wear 0. Oh, hell. Well, hey, at least I could get a white jersey with Stroman 0 on it. I definitely needed to finish that part of the collection. Salvage time for Minnesota Chicago is 17 minutes. What the hell? What? Will the Padres make the playoffs? Yes. Borussia Dortmund 1-0. San Diego Lowell. Not surprised. But the Arizona Diamondbacks will make the playoffs too. I think the Diamondbacks are going to win the NL West. Dodgers and Padres make it through the wild card, and the Phillies make it through the wild card. Now it's 18 minutes. What? 33rd minute. I think when it comes down to it, they're still waiting to start back Cincinnati versus Guadalajara. I may be able to finish this. No, I'm not going to do that. There was a severe thunderstorm warning for Cincinnati. Okay. 34th minute. Standing say the Braves have home field advantage through the entire playoffs. Yes, because they're the best team in the NL. The Braves are going to the World Series anyway. I don't understand why the Dodgers are making all these trades. It ain't going to work. The Braves are still going to kick your ass. The Braves are still going to kick the Dodgers' ass. These moves will not work. Uno is settled 1-0 at the half. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Get this one going. Plays on. Quinones. Quinones. Takes a shot. Saved by Berkey. The Braves are still going to win the NL. They're too damn good. The Braves are going to win the National League. They're too damn good. Nolan Arenado and Ohtani batting back-to-back next season with Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. Okay, that's a pretty good lineup, but the moves, this trade deadline, though, it's not going to work. The Braves are still going to kick your ass. América are dominating this game. I agree. They're making St. Louis look like an expansion team. This is the first time St. Louis has actually looked like an expansion team all year. Hey, that's pretty good, though. I mean, the Dodgers want to make sure they lose in 5 and not 3, or 7 and not 4. Either way. Fair enough, but you're still losing in Truist Park. He almost called it Turner Field. They should have never left Turner Field. I sometimes call Truist Park Turner Field. I know. Never trust the Dodgers in the playoffs, so of course the Braves are winning the NL. Braves and Blue Jays will be a great World Series, and technically I'll be happy either way. I'd rather the Jays win, but even if the Braves won, that wouldn't be too bad. If the Jays make it back. I'm good either way. If it's the Braves versus the Orioles, well, I know where I'm going. Or the Braves versus the Yankees, well, that won't happen. Or the Braves versus the Rays, or the Braves versus anybody else. If it's not the Jays, it's straight up Braves for me. The NLCS is 7 games. Club America is the team that plays the best football this tournament. It looks like that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I definitely underrated them. America is back. They may have went trophy list for 4 seasons, but they're back. It was fun when they went trophy list for 4 years, but no, America's back. They will win a trophy in the next 12 months. Whether it's the Apertura or Clausura, they will win a trophy. No question, they'll win a trophy in the next 12 months. They are playing like that. They are enviable. They're a team that we should be afraid of again. I agree. Chucky Lozano's leaning towards joining LAFC. Oh, boy. Club America on fire. Yeah, they are. It's been 7 games for years. Hell, you should know. The Braves blew a 3-1 lead to get you to the World Series in the bubble. They should have won that series. LAFC is going to have to buy out Palacios and sell Cifuentes. Well, Cifuentes was going, Palacios isn't worth a damn anyway, so you know what? But yeah, no, America's back. I have to admit that. America is back. They're going to win a trophy this year, this season. They are. Something. They are that good. They're back to being a feared team. They went trophyless for 4 years because they weren't feared anymore, but now they will be feared again because they got Julian Quinones. They got Quinones and El Tronco Henry Martin. You know what? Maybe it's a good thing Toronto's not making Champions Cup. We would get ripped apart by América. I don't want to see that. You know what? Maybe it's a good thing we're missing next year. La Bomba. Mi Bomba, Martin! Mi Bomba! Mi Bomba, Martin! Best L3 striker. And Jardine gets a yellow card. Mi Bomba, Martin! Mi Bomba! Did you watch the World Baseball Classic? Yes, I did. I did. The whole thing. Italy did better than I expected. Canada sort of did better than I expected. Japan won, so that's good for me. And Italy did I say Italy? Japan did well. Puerto Rico sucked. I was only rooting for them for Marcus Stroman, though, so at least he did his job. How you like it? I love the World Baseball Classic. It's an amazing tournament. I love it. Oh, that was debunked. I loved it. Randy Arozarena. And it also sort of threw you back to 2020 because Randy Arozarena went full playoff Randy. Like, when it matters, Randy Arozarena just goes off. Like, he's just a big game player. I respect it. Quinones is an alien. Mexico had a good one. They got to the semifinal and then lost to Japan. Y'all almost made me have to root for the USA in the World Baseball Classic final. And I didn't want to do that. So, good for y'all. But then Japan beat you, and then, well, I rooted for Japan. So, there you go. So, hey. You almost made me have to root for the USA. Like, they were like 3 outs away from that happening. I agree with that. I hate that Randy Arozarena plays for the Rays because I like him. He's a damn good player. I can't help but like him. Sucks that he plays for the Tampa Bay Rays. Thank you, John Mozeliak. You damn fool. Would have been great if he was still in St. Louis. Would have been great. They need somebody to hit who's out in the outfield. And by the way, he wouldn't have played for the Tampa Bay Rays. It would have been good to like him. But no. No, you trade him for that bust Matthew Liberatore. And you put him in my division. And have to like him when he plays a division rival. Screw you, Mozeliak, you idiot. Nobody likes John Mozeliak. Yeah, we traded for a bum called Matthew Liberatore. Yeah. A.k.a. the Cardinals did. Yeah. Matthew Liberatore. Canada is in the World Baseball Classic next year. Or not next year, the next time. Gignac's better. El Tronco is not better than Gignac. I agree with that. I just hope they don't play the Jays. Oof. If they play the Jays, we're screwed. Plays over the top. If the Jays play the Rays, Randy Arozarena is going to kill us. And then they play in the Tropicana field. And then when they play in Tropicana field, oh my God, no. I hope we have home field. If we have to play in Tropicana 4 games, I'm going to rip my hair out. Or 3, depending on when. I will rip my hair out. I hate Tropicana Field. Could they move back to Montreal at least? I don't think the Galaxy can beat Wrexham or Richmond. They wouldn't, no. Not right now, at least. 44th minute, 1-0. Yeah, América's beating the hell out of St. Louis. I feel bad for Padres fans. So much money for nothing. I wish the Padres would win. You know, I wish they would win just so they can win. Timbers kept Gignac at bay only for the moment we gave him the ball. He scored the one where it skipped through a couple of our players. Yepez made a great save. Timbers would have won outright if they were still at 11 men last night. That's what I'm going to stick with. They would have won outright if they had 11 men. The referee screwed them. I'm going to stick to that story. We thought the Padres would win the West, but now they're 4th place. Give me Juan Soto to the Yankees. We need perfect outfield. No, you stay in 5th place. No, I want the Yankees to finish 5th. How about you stay in 5th place? Who's winning this cup? MLS or Liga MX team? I still think MLS team's winning it. I think Portland could have a good run. I think Miami. I don't know if people will call it rigged or not, but Miami's going to get to the final. Now that Toronto and St. Louis are out, Miami's going to get to the final. Call me crazy, but they're still getting to the final. Shot saved by Berkey. So, yeah, it'd still be an MLS team, whether it's Portland or Miami. Portland's got a really good chance. Like, they stood toe-to-toe to Tigres. If they're up 11, if it's 11 versus 11, Portland can win. Like, they're showing some heart. Portland will make the playoffs this year, too. I'm going to say it. With 10 games left or whatever, if they have some extra ones, Portland's going to make the playoffs. And they're going to make a run. So, Portland will make a crazy run. I know it. Which team is better, Cincinnati or St. Louis this season? Cincinnati's top of the MLS overall. St. Louis is top of the West. Cincinnati, if you want to go technically. And honestly, St. Louis has some really good wins, but they haven't beaten LAFC or Seattle or América. So when they're playing anybody actually worth a damn besides Cincinnati, they lose. So, Cincinnati. Bellinger. Cody Bellinger to the Yankees. Y'all are picking the bottom of the barrel. Y'all are picking the bottom of the barrel. How about you go get Rick Ankiel out of retirement if you're going to do that? Now, by the way, I like Rick Ankiel, but he's what? In his early 50s? He could probably still hit, though. But. Or if you needed bullpen help, you could also go get Rick Ankiel. He's trying to pitch again. I put in for tickets. Didn't get them. So. That's why I'm here, watching it on TV. I wish I was there, but you know what? America's slapping St. Louis so bad that you know what? I'm glad I'm here. Welcome. Know nothing about MLS, I guess. 3 minutes of stoppage time, 1-0 America, 1-0. America's dominating St. Louis. EU fans be different. Yeah, there's a lot of Euro snobs out there that disrespect us. I mean, MLS and CONCACAF is very interesting. It's enjoyable to watch. It may not be as quality sometimes, but it's enjoyable to watch. It always is. Oh, no. America player down, no contact. It's Quinones. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's down, no contact. Oh, no. You don't want to see this. No. And it looks like he cramped up at the very least, if not. No disrespect. I understand that. Just come at CONCACAF fans with respect, and I don't know. I think he may have pulled something. It looks like he pulled one of his abdominal muscles. You seen any Erling Haaland, Man City? Yeah, Erling Haaland is crazy. Great player. Just outperforms his XG, scores almost every game. He's a freak of nature. He's a freak of nature, and I wish Norway would actually make the Euros or the World Cup with him. But two players don't make a team, referencing Haaland and Odegaard. I like Odegaard and Haaland, but two players don't make a team. America is better than St. Louis, but St. Louis has been made to look like a expansion team by America. You know, I agree that is a disgrace. They shouldn't be booing him. I'm not surprised. Sometimes St. Louis gets a bit salty. They do when they're losing. So it's halftime. Yeah, he pulled something. Quinones was legit injured. You don't want to see that happen. Even if it helps them, the St. Louis, you don't want to see it happen. Halftime, miedo tiempo. 1-0 America. 1-0 America. With the 5th minute being Henry Martin's goal. America has dominated St. Louis throughout this game. St. Louis has not found an answer. If they don't win by 2, if they lose, they're eliminated. If they win on penalties, they're still alive. But Columbus goes through. They got to hope that Columbus wins the game outright against America. St. Louis would win on penalties to go through. If St. Louis wins by 1, nobody goes through, but it's still a tight squeeze. If they win by 2, they go through, but it doesn't look like that'll happen. If it's a draw, of course, if they lose the shootout, they're out. They win the shootout, they still have a chance, but Columbus will be through. And they'll have to hope Columbus wins on Monday. So if America wins, St. Louis's Leagues Cup dream is over. Both my teams are out. Well, Toronto still has to play out-loss, but they're not winning by 3. They're barely probably going to win. Winning by 3 is if the referee helps us. New York has been rumored to be in the market for a big splash like Chicago Cubs outfielder Cody Bellinger or St. Louis Cardinals starting pitcher Jack Flaherty. You want Jack Flaherty? Go ahead and take him. You think that's worth a damn? Jack Flaherty is shit. Go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all are going to play yourself if you get Jack Flaherty. Y'all are playing yourself. He's horrible. He's been horrible for 3 years. You're playing yourself. Jack Flaherty. Well, if it doesn't make you get Marcus Stroman, I'm fine with it. Jack Flaherty to New York. He was leaving St. Louis anyway. What, you want Adam Wainwright too? How about you just go, if you want a good pitcher from us, how about you just get Monty back? Jeez. You don't remember the game that the Cardinals scored 10 on the Braves in the first inning? Or was it 12? Either way. Scored that boatload the first inning. He started that game. He was really good in 2019. And then 2020 since, he's just been horrible. Just went down for him. He ain't going to help you. What part of the game is this? With that being said, we'll take a short break. at the half. We'll talk about the stats, and we'll move on to the next 45. Mexico bet that Chivas will beat Cincinnati. Everyone's praying that the game is definitively called off. Half Mexico bet. What, because the bets don't get paid out? They don't count if the game's called off? And I guess the rest of it would be played, but the rest of it will be played tomorrow. Exactly, they do. With that being said, we'll take a short break. We'll be back for the stats, the half, all that stuff. Talk to you in a bit. Sit tight. Nice. Huh. Everyone will go bankrupt if the match is not suspended. That would be sort of hilarious. Nice. With that being said, we got stats at the half. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Get this one going. 65% possession to 35% possession. 9 shots to 5. 4 big chances to 0. 282 accurate passes, 87% to 131, 77%. 4 fouls to 5. 0 offside to 1. 1 corner to 1. 9 shots to 5. 4 shots on goal to 1. 325 passes to 170. 87% pass accuracy, 282 accurate passes, 231, 77. 12 throws to 9. 0 yellow cards to 1. 0 red cards to 0. 1-0. 1-0. América. They've been dominating St. Louis throughout the game. St. Louis has been dominated thoroughly. I mean, América has made them look like a freaking... What's the word? They've made them look like an expansion club. They have legitimately made St. Louis look like the expansion club that they are. Like, there's no question about that. St. Louis looks like an expansion club against América. It's wild. This is wild. It's wild. It's wild. I think the game will break in the second half. STL screwed in the playoffs. They might just be. They might just fraud it up. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised if Portland plays them and beats them or something like that. Just give the win to FC Cincinnati already. I mean, that would make more sense considering, well, they don't have to play again, but Chivas does. So, if Chivas were to... Did Acevedo go to Querétaro? Wait, hold on. Did Acevedo go to Querétaro? Did he? Nashville beats Toluca. Chivas and Cincinnati waiting to restart. Fire beating Minnesota 3-2. América beating St. Louis City to end this match week. Can we just admit that Philly plays with 3 strikers? Yeah, but you know what? It works, doesn't it? If St. Louis somehow turned this around, I'd be shocked. But we got another 45 minutes. Ecuadorian wonder kid Oscar Zambrano linked to an MLS club. Chicago won at full time. Ooh. Henry Martin scores the 1 goal, and it's still 1-0, 1-0. Yeah, Carlos Acevedo. Like, who else has a long hair and wears a headband? Either that person ripped his look or that was Acevedo for Querétaro. Do you think Columbus can give Club América a challenge? No. No. Because if St. Louis can't, I don't think Columbus. They have one good game, they'll have another bad game. Columbus will get exposed by Club América. I don't think they do. So, América should easily win that one. Yeah, Gazdag is a striker in my book. I agree. He's still at Santos Laguna. Okay, so I wonder who the Querétaro keeper is who ripped his look then. But I wonder who that Querétaro keeper is then. Excuse me. Found these cookies while scrolling on Instagram. They got functional mushrooms in them. Brand is called Toto, and they're at Sprouts. So much. Now it's mushroom infused stuff, I guess. Quinones is back out to play the second half. Good. Good. I would have hated to see him not play the second half. I mean, it doesn't help St. Louis, but. Second half about to start. América to kick it off. Playing forward. Here we go. 45th minute. América has a 1-0 lead. 1-0. See if they hold on and build for it. Querétaro goalkeepers has Alejandro Arana, Guillermo Alizon, Washington Aguirre, and Fernando Tapia. '46th minute, América playing forward. If they score, could kiss this game goodbye. Shot, side netting. I think St. Louis is in big, big trouble. '47th minute. Oh, bad giveaway. Well, they have Tolman and Zivin doing this game. I bet Tolman ain't happy. '47th minute. No subs at the half. Here comes St. Louis. Could they find some here? Giacchini plays back to Livin. Kevin Alvarez is great. I agree. 48th minute. Cross in. I can't. So basically, you should stay off the shrooms and weed. Yeah, I agree with that. See these teams and seeing how TFC play makes me ill. You know what? I agree. St. Louis plays amazingly until they played América. América looks like a team to be feared again. Cincinnati looks wonderful. Chivas, well, besides this game, they look pretty good. But at least they have a chance. No. But I am covering Chelsea versus Fulham on Sunday afternoon. Cross in. Which would probably be the better one, to be honest. Between the Toronto and not lost game and Chelsea Fulham. But I'll be here for Chelsea Fulham. the final game of the Premier League Summer Series, where if Chelsea wins, they win that trophy, which is the first trophy they've won in a while. It'll feel good. I only said stay off. I only read the stay off comment so I can make the Stephen A reference. That's all I was doing. Stay off the weed. I just wanted to make the Stephen A reference. That's all. Shot blocked away, and Quinones is down. Yeah, I agree with that. But to me personally, I support your right to do whatever you want to do. And the government not interfere. Would I do it? Definitely not mushrooms. Maybe weed. Anything harder? No. But I respect your right. Ha! Oh! Goal! Quinones scores the header. Goal! Goal! Goal de América! Julian Quinones scores 2-0, 2-0. '51st minute. 0-2. That'll do it for St. Louis. That's just a piece of thread. Fantastic. Yeah, that's an amazing header. That's an amazing header from Quinones. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. That's amazing. Beautiful. Like that was an amazing header. They got made to look like an expansion club by América, and they rotated against Columbus to try to sell out for this game. As I said, either way, it would be an ass kicking either way. If it was either going to be St. Louis kicks América's ass because they sold out for this game, or América was going to kick St. Louis's ass and make them look bad for losing to Columbus. Yep, there they go. I had more faith in St. Louis, but they say he's got the goal. So, yes, header in for Quinones. Header goal for Quinones. Cross in. His head touched it. Yeah, his head looked like it touched it. Quinones scores the header. Yeah, but it looks like he touched it. Why do you not watch European football? I mean, I watch it sometimes. I just normally don't either cover it on the channel. If I do watch it, it's very likely I don't cover it on the channel. But when I do sometimes watch European games on the channel, but there's also the fact that my sleep schedule doesn't really affect or doesn't really help. Doesn't really help me watching European football. There ain't many people who really focus on CONCACAF, you know. Everybody and their mother focuses on European football. Now, do I still do the UEFA final, and do I still do the UEFA finals? Do I still do some big international games that aren't World Cup, or like if they're Euro games? Like, do I do some Italy games? Yes. Play forward, and here we go. Shot, goal. Kevin Alvarez scores all alone, and he just puts it the right way. 3-0, goal. Club América 3-0. Kevin Alvarez. '54th minute. 3-0, 3-0, América. I mean, sometimes. I mean, I wouldn't be against moving to Playa del Carmen. But again, when it comes to European football, I sometimes cover it. Like, I was going to cover Chelsea versus Fulham on Sunday. Like, I wanted to cover that game. I'm covering that game because Chelsea could win a preseason trophy. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that St. Louis is not as good as they think they are. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that. They're fraudulent when they play the real teams. I'm starting to realize that. You're right. But hey, for an expansion team, it's still a really good season. Celio Pompeu is coming on for St. Louis. Celio Pompeu for Akil Watts. Make sure you don't cover Arsenal. They do friendly fire. It's funny because the Arsenal fans that were here for the All-Star week, they enjoyed this. They actually liked my coverage during the All-Star week. So, you know, St. Louis is an imposter. So I'm going to say that it's kind of ironic because in my book, Arsenal fans enjoyed my coverage of the All-Star week. So, yeah. She also tie, there will be pens. Sure. If you play the game. But I'm not an Arsenal fan. But I definitely matched their energy with a friendly fire when I made fun of Kai Havertz for the skills comp. 5-0, calling it right now. You're not wrong. I wouldn't be surprised. América is making St. Louis look like an expansion team. América is back. América is a team to be feared now. They are back. They are going to win a trophy this year. Well, that's not going to happen. It'll start from 60 minutes. If it gets played tomorrow, it'll start from 60 minutes. At 2-0. That's how it does. St. Louis takes the cake away from Cincy as far as being the imposter for the playoffs. Yeah, they're more likely to be imposter, yeah. You know what? Both number 1 seeds in the conferences might just fall before the Western each conference final. Let's be honest. Or neither of them are very likely to make the MLS Cup. If the standings end as they are, St. Louis and Cincinnati both very likely could be the 1 seeds that neither of them make the Cup final. So, Portland definitely could be the team that knocks out St. Louis. I could see it. And then Portland makes another MLS Cup, sort of like they did in 2021. And they'll play like Philly or something, which is what it should have been, but, you know, COVID reasons, you know. We're getting the one it should have been in 2021 if it was Portland versus Philly, but there you go. Yeah, I could totally see Portland making the MLS Cup. Chivas first place after 3 games. Cross in, safe, and cake games at that. I haven't been paying good enough attention to MLS since the NBA and NHL playoffs started. Well, I wish I cared enough. I wish the Leafs went deep enough, but TFC's really big crisis didn't start after the playoffs of those 2 leagues. Hopefully San Luis can learn from this. What does Atletico have to do with this? I get San Luis. St. Louis is technically San Luis in Spanish. I get that. That's the translation. But what does Atletico have to do with this? Don't confuse me. They're both in this tournament. The Chivas match should be restarted for the well-being of the Mexican economy. Or we could see chaos. Either way. Or chaos. That's why you don't bet on a game you think is so sure. And you know what? Maybe after that, be fair to St. Louis, both LAFC and Atlanta went one and done in their first year as well. Yeah, but St. Louis is finishing top of the conference. What happened in Nashville? They just lost to Toluca. Because Toluca, Ambriz is a good manager. No, but I heard about the scoreline. I chose to watch Chivas versus Cincinnati. That was a bad decision because of the rain delay. But yeah, Nashville, crazy scoreline. I got to watch the highlights of that because, you know, Apple TV at least has highlights of everything. And they actually have the replays too. Maybe I'll just watch the replay. But I heard about the scoreline. But Ambriz's teams are really good. Ambriz's teams are really good. They do what they got to do. St. Louis goes another year without a trophy. Well, I mean, technically this is their first year. Unless you're talking about all the sports, which it's been 5 years ain't too bad without a trophy. Now, when it comes to the Cardinals, though, it's been 12. Game of the tournament so far up there with Pumas and Montreal. Guess they got capped off at the Blues. It was worth it. It's worth it. It was worth it. I mean, I'm not surprised the Cardinals ain't done nothing. They've never done anything to fix their problems. They just keep making small signings, and then it finally blew up in their face. Because when you don't have Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols, you have no leadership, and Ollie Marmol's an idiot. And John Mozeliak's a damn fool. It was bound to happen, to be honest. I just didn't expect it to be this bad. But, you know, the Blues weren't good this year, too. I mean, St. Louis City's probably been the bright spot for St. Louis this year. The Blues have been bad, but they're sort of rebuilding. The Cardinals, shockingly, have been really bad. Thanks, John Mozeliak. But if you saw it coming, if you look at everything, though, you should have saw it coming. You should have saw it coming over the past 10 years, since 2013. Looking back at it, everything should have saw it coming. You lose Yachty, you lose leadership. I think Yachty was the real manager, to be honest, last year. They lost Yadier Molina. They lost leadership. They lost the heart of the team. They lost the heart of the Cardinal way. And then they also lost Pujols. But at least Yachty kept it alive from 2011 to 2021. Then you lose Pujols and Yachty. It was never Wainwright. It was never. Yachty and Pujols were the Cardinal way. The last vestiges of the Cardinal way. They're gone. It's not the Cardinal way no more. And they think they could still work with the Cardinal way. Alejandro Zendejas coming on for the guy who failed at the World Cup. Well, I mean, Zendejas is on Fraud Watch too. Did you not watch the Gold Cup? Zendejas is on Fraud Watch too. Let's not forget. '63rd minute. 3 best MLS so far and 3 Liga MX. The 3 best MLS teams so far are Portland, Cincinnati, and in this tournament, Portland, Cincinnati, Miami. For Liga MX, I would say Monterrey, América, Jonathan Dos Santos, and Zendejas. Or for Zendejas, I should say. Monterrey, América, and I got to say Tigres. You could say Mazatlan, but they've been really good in this tournament. I'm going by this tournament. Mazatlan's probably the weird one, but América, Tigres, Monterrey, I'll say they're the 3 best. Monterrey's been awesome. They always know how to win Continental Cups. They just do. They just do. I don't know what it is with Monterrey. You think they're not going to win a Continental Cup, but they just always find ways. They just do. It's crazy. Monterrey knows how to win things. Where were we? Yeah, I agree with that. I could see the Avs coming back and winning it. Nuggets will run it back this year. I mean, who else would it be? You know what? I kind of want the Western Conference Finals to be Lakers-Nuggets, though, you know? Celio Pompeu, shot, save by Malagon. Mazatlan, Juarez, and Atletico San Luis. What, are you trolling? What are you trolling? 3 worst for each league. Oh, that's easy. Toronto FC, St. Louis City, and Seattle. Seattle sort of shocked me. I'm not going to lie. Seattle, Toronto, St. Louis, the 3 worst in MLS. Because most MLS teams are actually been pretty good in this tournament. Worst Liga MX teams, that's actually a harder decision. But I'm going to say Atletico San Luis, Atlas, and Querétaro. Atlas, Querétaro, Atletico San Luis. Celio Pompeu. Toronto legitimately sucks in this tournament. They are the worst. But St. Louis disappointed me, and Seattle's disappointing. And honestly, most MLS teams are going to go through. Even DC is. Unless Toronto somehow wins by 3 goals against Rotloss. But, hey, at least we're playing one of the worst teams in the tournament. We're probably worse than them, though. But, hey, at least they have no good players. At least we have, like, 2. So, yeah. If you want to go by the good player argument, we have a chance to win 3-0 because Atlas has nobody. They lost Oziel, they lost Furch, they lost Quinones. Austin's a disappointment too, yes. You know what? Yeah, we'll put Austin in there for Seattle. You're right. I don't even want to think about them in an international cup ever again. They're that bad. Never let them play an international tournament ever again. Never. But then again, I guess that's karma for Precourt being a jackass. No, he didn't move the club, but Colorado Rapids, not expecting them to suck. And honestly, they played pretty well against Nashville. Like, they could beat Toluca and still have a chance. Vasilev for Adeniran is the sub. Not that it matters. 67th minute. And Bartlett for Yarrow. Again, not that it matters. Hey, at least St. Louis still has a couple of chances to get through to the knockout. Toronto has a chance to get through the knockout stage. St. Louis doesn't. So, hey, at least Sunday. Querétaro, Tijuana, Necaxa, they're the worst Liga MX teams. Yeah, I would agree with that. Overall, yeah, I would agree with that. San Luis ain't far off, though. Pumas, I'm a little bit disappointed in, but at least they got it to a shootout. If they lost 2-0, I'd put Pumas in the list, too. But Pumas are known for comebacks, aren't they? Rodriguez coming on for América. For Quinones. Rodriguez for Quinones. Two subs left for St. Louis. Quinones is man of the match. He's had an amazing game. Hopefully if St. Louis enters the tournament, they do something special in CCL. Like, can you imagine they do better in Austin on their first try? That's not hard to do. Like, St. Louis will do better in Austin on their first try. And they'll play somewhat of a hard team. Like, they'll play like Saprissa and they'll still do better. Like, St. Louis will play Saprissa and they'll still do better. Like, that's not a hard thing to do if St. Louis were to get there. Pumas is a mediocre team. Sometimes they give good games, sometimes they don't. But they're known for comebacks, but they always come back. But they always find a way to come back when it really matters. Playing forward, Adeniran. Adeniran, still. That's going to go out for a goal kick. Quinones is in his prime. I agree. But he used to play for Tigres. "13 Liga MX titles for América." "7 CONCACAF Champions League titles." "10 international titles, most of any club in CONCACAF." That's cringe too, yes. Mazatlan is a plastic club and cringe. "71st minute." "Aruka Anthony is better than Man United's Anthony." I laughed pretty hard. Hey, if that's true, you're gonna have a really good player on your hands. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that super chat button. Let's have some fun. Quinones. Cross. Ooh. Cross in, header. Ooh. Beautiful header. But super chats are on as well. Not sure if I told you, but I tried Space Tea with my dad. We both liked it quite a bit. Golden Mango is a tamer, lighter tasting version of Arizona Mucho Mango. That sounds pretty good. I mean, I'm not a fan of Arizona tea, but I used to drink brisk tea a lot. Like strawberry brisk or whatever. Was it cherry or strawberry? I think it was red. I don't know. The community manager of Muslim. "Oh, I want the tea. Tell me more. Tell me more. I want the tea. Tell me more." "I want to hear the tea. Tell me more." Playing forward. Ooh. Shot over the bar by St. Louis. But I don't know what that, but back in junior high, there were like brisk drinks in the like the drinks place, like the refrigerated drinks, whatever station. Let's put it like that. And they had brisk, like strawberry cherry brisk. I drank that almost every day. I think that was grade 6 and 7. They took it away and just made it water in grade 8, so it was just water. But you know what? That was cool. I think it was cherry brisk, cherry or strawberry, but haven't seen it since. Tequila or vodka? If I had to try one, tequila, or have to drink one more regularly, tequila. The owner decided to rebrand to Mazatlan in Mexico. They're the meme of Liga MX, although they're surprising in the cup. Yeah, I called him a plastic team and cringe. So, yeah, I know. I thought you were talking about something else. Like the community manager's an idiot. I thought you were talking about something else. Like there was some more tea that I haven't heard. Yeah, I know the surf. I know what happened. I thought. Yeah, Morelia actually had history. I know. And then they moved him to Mazatlan. And now Atletico Morelia is languishing in the Ascenso because there's no promotion or relegation. Hopefully, when they bring it back, Morelia goes up. Atletico Morelia, because they should. And Mazatlan go down, but it'd be fun to see them. Yeah, vending machine. We'll go with that term. Yeah, it wasn't really a vending machine because it was open faced and because like your ID had your lunch money on it, you paid for it through that. So you had to, but the lunch ladies of course saw it. So it was open faced. But yeah, we'll go with vending machine. There's a lot behind the scenes how the owner manages the money. It's sketchy 100%. Oh, that's interesting. But playing forward. What the hell was that? That was a dive. Falls on his face, Jared Stroud. Oof, not on. That was horrible. 75th minute, 15 more minutes to go in this game. I can't wait till it ends. Yes. It's a pen. It's a writing pen, yes. I don't know if you were asking if it was a vape pen or not. It's a writing pen. It's a writing pen. Let's clear that up. Because I have a notebook. Like every other manager has, the similar type. Not surprising. Every manager has this type of notebook, I've noticed. Like every football manager has this type of notebook. It's kind of crazy. '76 minute. Penalty. Clearly the ghost touches back. Ghost day. Well, I mean, who knows? You know, what could it be? What could it be? One of those freaking Men in Black mind erasers? What do you know? Alejandro Zendejas scores. What? Damn it! That fraud is going to score? No way! If he only could do that in the Gold Cup. Goal! Alejandro Zendejas makes it 4-0. 0-4, Alejandro Zendejas. Gol de América. 4-0. 77th minute. 4-0. 0-4 América. Zendejas scores. Long play. Switches the play, and Zendejas gets in behind. If only he could do that at the Gold Cup. What a fraud. Nobody was covering him. Perfect run. Good cross. Nobody was covering him, and he just pops it far post. Nobody was tracking him. What a run. Zendejas is the captain, America. Is it a pen for penalty? Oh. Well, no. He got... No. No, it was a dive. As you could tell, it was a dive. I didn't even think it was. If Alejandro could have showed up like against the Minnows like Jesus does. Oh, no, they're bringing on Layun. It's 4-0. They'll be fine. Fuentes, Layun, and Nestor Araujo coming on for América. But they're bringing on Layun. If it wasn't 4-0, I think they'd blow the game. Miguel Layun is on. Sound the alarms. They're going to blow a 4-0 lead. In 11 minutes, they're going to blow a 4-0 lead. He's on. Miguel Layun's on the pitch. They're going to blow a lead in 12 minutes. America's going to blow a lead in 12 minutes. No! Miguel Ayun is bad news. He is bad news. I don't think I've ever seen him come on in a game in the past, 3 or 4 years and it not get blown. He is bad news. He may be a legend, but he's been bad news recently. I'm joking. They can't blow a 4-0 lead in 12 minutes. They can't do it. Jake Nervinsky coming on for St. Louis, and their final sub is Tomas Ostrak. No way he isn't. Stroud for Nervinsky. And Rasmus Holm for Tomas Ostrak. That would be embarrassing, depending on if their defense don't play milquetoast. Watch him score. Yeah, he'll finally score in one of these moments, won't he? 81st minute. Lyon's goal is coming. Edward Leuven gets a yellow card. Playing for. Oh, I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no, maybe. Plays forward is St. Louis. Hey, well, at least St. Louis didn't lose 5-0 like Toronto did. They're still better than us. You think Columbus Crew will compete well against Club América? No. América's going to slap them too. '81st minute. Next match, Club América 10, Columbus Crew 1. Yeah, about that. That would be about right. 82nd minute. Adeniran plays forward. Celio Pompeu. Oh! Where was this? Ostrak. If only St. Louis could have done this more in 5 seconds. Shot. Oh, what a save, Malagon. Columbus praying that the dominance USA has over Mexico and Columbus saves them, but I still reckon America wins like 4-0. Yeah, I would agree with that. By the way, I'll cover that game on Monday night. That is one of the games I'll cover on Monday night. And then Chivas versus Kansas City. That'll be what I cover on Monday night. Are you ready for some football? Too early. Five 0 underway. 83rd minute. America playing for. Oh. Given away. 83rd minute. Free kick at midfield. Hebert had to do that. Yellow card. Yep, fair. 84th minute. That's a straight up yellow card. St. Louis are a bunch of jobbers. Yeah, they're looking that way right now. Yeah. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't go to this game. You know what? Maybe it's a good thing. Goal kick here for Berkey in the 84th minute. I don't know if I would have been there all 90 minutes. Honestly, good choice not going to this game. Imagine wasting your money just to watch this. Yeah. I don't even know if I would have been there for all 90 minutes. Which would have really hurt the review. And maybe the vlog too, I don't know. So you know what, yeah. I think all's well that ends well. All's well that ends well. So there you go. Oh. Zendejas is down. Jackson gets a yellow. Free kick at the top of the box for América. First half wasn't too bad, but América needs a defender. I wouldn't blame them. Didn't St. Louis beat Miami 3-0 not so long ago? That was the last match before the Leagues Cup. Araujo's leaving this season. Well, that's actually a good move. I don't know why you'd want him. Free kick here. Layun's going to score this free kick, isn't he? He's going to put it past the wall and then just roll it in against Berkey, isn't he? Oh, side netting. He was that close. Yeah, that was before Messi came, but it was still the last game before Leagues Cup. Thank you for at least putting Toronto out of before they don't go last place for one more week. Or I guess a whole month, but you know what I mean. We haven't hit rock bottom yet. Thank you, St. Louis. You haven't hit rock bottom until you hit the bottom of the group, the league, the conference. Toronto might finish with a wooden spoon. Well, as long as I can use it for Thanksgiving. Let me make my Thanksgiving dressing with a wooden spoon. Trophy. That sounds fun. 87th minute. I was way too hopeful for my teams. I still think St. Louis legitimately let me down. You and Colorado were tied on points, and Colorado gets results at home, so they got you a beat there. Yeah, I agree with that. We just don't get results at all. These next 10 games, 11 games are going to be hell. Leagues Cup, the last game of Leagues Cup, and the rest of the league season is going to be hell. Well, Atlanta's technically a competitive team. '88th minute. Hope they blow the whistle at 90. I don't even think this game needs stoppage time. Just blow the whistle at 90. A minute and a half to go before stoppage time. Imagine St. Louis is playing Barcelona. Well, You remember what happened to Pumas during the Gamper Trophy last year? Yeah, that would happen to St. Louis. I mean, the Barcelona of North America just ripped them to shreds. I think the real Barcelona would beat them to shreds. 1 minute to go. Oh. I mean, yeah, I think the dressing needs a little bit more flavor, but it's gotten better. But it probably needs a little bit more flavor. Imagine San Luis against Barcelona. You see the videos of people leaving after Messi was subbed out? It's sad. Well, I mean, they were winning 4-0 anyway. I mean, yeah, it's sad, but what'd you expect was going to happen? Most of them were there for Messi, and they were winning 4-0. I mean, you know, I get it. Yeah, it's sad, but I get it. 15 seconds. Giacchini gives it to Lyoun with the last 10 seconds to roll. And into the 90th minute, and we're going to play stoppage time. You're out of your mind. 2 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. 2 minutes stoppage time, though. Okay. That ain't too bad. Is Cincinnati still playing, or? Lol. Cincinnati has not played, has not come back yet. '91st minute, 4-0, 4-0. It's still a rain delay down there. 1 minute to go. $40 seconds. The final 30 seconds of the game here. 91-30. With 30 to go, St. Louis will be eliminated from Leagues Cup with this result. It was a nice match, at least for the América fans. I'm actually going to be nice to América on the review. I can't believe it, but I'm going to be nice to them. I'd rather be nice to them than, well, I'm still going to say what I got to say about St. Louis, but I'm not going to crap on them like I would Toronto. They deserve a lot better than that. And it's the 92nd minute. There's a foul. And it's full time. Full time, 4-0. 0-4. St. Louis has been eliminated from the Leagues Cup. América and Columbus go through. The Jobbers have lost 4-0. Yep. But you know what? I'll actually be nice to América on the review. I know, it's crazy. I'm surprised I'm saying that too. With that being said, Quinones is man of the match. What a pass to Henry Martin. Boy, that's amazing. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is? Both your teams have lost. At least Toronto's still technically alive. They have to play on Sunday. They'll lose, but they're still technically alive. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour. The review will be up within the hour. I'll see you then. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. Commiserations to St. Louis. Congratulations to América and Columbus. Peace.